Hi there, guys. This is Craig Ferreira from the Creative Frequency. So I'm here, and I've actually got a beautiful woman who's, really inspiring on my side, on the other side of the call. So Sandra, just tell the people a little bit about yourself. Who are you? And just a little bit about who you are and what you're about.
Okay. Hi, Craig. Thanks for having me on your call. I am 51 years young, and I have two wonderful children that I raised on my own. And I am now, after many years of doing something that was uninspiring to me, that paid the bills, I'm now studying to be a health coach. And I have two practice clients, and I'm about to launch into my marketing pillar, and hopefully I'm about to get some clients that are going to start paying. Because basically, you all know, together with love, that's what makes the world go round. So that's where I'm at. I feel like I'm at a good space in my life, and I'm just looking forward to going from strength to strength.
Fantastic, awesome. So you touch on a really awesome point there. As you mentioned, you're 51 years young and looking brilliant. And I've had a lot of people look in and go, who's this guy? Like, what experience does he know? What can he offer me? So. I just want you to touch a little bit, and you've done a lot of extensive training in self-development yourself. Just touch base on, what's your experience been doing creative frequency trainings? What's different about our trainings, and how's that benefited your life so far?
Well, yes, I have been exposed to some previous inspirational teachings, and quite by chance, I ended up going to Craig's free one day and sat there going, okay, yes, and sort of like, as one does, being mildly skeptical in the beginning. But I sat there and became more and more riveted and inspired, and had light bulb moments go off, and said, wow, this is something that I want to pursue. And it's not something that's really easy to describe in words, because it's an experience that one has. When you're sitting there and the messages just start to resonate, and you just go, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more to tag onto this. And I just freely and willingly I want to go to the next level and learn what else there is in order to live a more inspired and magnificent life. So Craig coming into my life was a blessing. And I don't think that there's ever any mistakes in life. I think that these things always happen for a reason. I was at a point in my life where I was launching into doing something new, which I think takes a lot of courage to do. And I'm not going to sort of specify that it's at my stage in my life, but at any stage in life, to say, well, I'm going to go out and do something that I want to do. And we all have these levels of fear that hold us back. And Craig just makes you realize that all these fears that we hold inside of us are just a story we keep running, and something we keep telling ourselves in order to stay in that safe, known place. And we hold ourselves back from our magnificence. And it has been and is still an eye-opener of unbelievable magnitude, having worked with Craig and getting these continuous light bulb moments, and make me feel more self-aware, more self-confident, and knowing that I can achieve anything that I want to.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear. Thanks for the awesome words. So, for you personally, what's been the biggest major shift for you from attending? You've done, quite a bit of extensive training with me so far. But for you personally, what's the one thing that's really shifted the most through doing these trainings for you?
Just the awareness of being able to step from a place of fear to saying, well, there's never going to be a lack of fear in your life. It's always going to be a fear that you're going to just have to work through. And once you've accepted that, when you stay in a space where you remain small, you've still got the fear. So it's not like you're escaping it. And if you don't move into a phase of growth where you're still having that fear, you're always going to remain in a space where you just not realizing your full potential. So for me, it was the realization that just don't hold yourself back. Just get out there and do what you need to do. And it's baby steps. It's not even a case of having to eat the whole elephant in one sitting. Just take a few bites a day, make yourself a checklist of things you need to do, and just work through it. And I mean, you're doing that in your day-to-day life anyway, but you're doing it in an environment that you're just going, oh, I'm getting up every day with big floppy feet. I don't want to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because it pays the bills. But at the same time, you could be doing something magnificent, wonderful, and inspiring if you just gave yourself permission to just get out there and just do it. It's about taking action at the end of the day, and without sitting back and going, it's not for me, I'm not capable, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not lovable. I mean, we keep telling ourselves those things and running that story. And at the end of your life, do you want to go, did I do everything I could with everything I had? And you don't want to have those regrets, because it just means just gaining the self-confidence. That's what Craig did for me. He said to me, we're all capable and worthy and lovable, and anything's possible when you just focus on your end result and stop worrying about being safe and secure.
Cool. Awesome. And so just to close off here, you know, what would you say personally, anybody who's sitting, you know, on the fence, like wanting to come to my one day, or thinking, you know, like, should I be going to that one day? What would you have to say to that person that's sitting on the fence, you know?
I would say that it's just do it. I mean, I know I sound like a Nike ad now, but just it's if your head is in that space, and I think that, you know, a lot of people are just fearful of even going to these things because they think, oh my God, they're going to make me do things that I don't want to do, or make me stretch too much. Yes, you are going to stretch, but you're going to grow. But to stay where you are indefinitely, for me personally, is just not an option. And to put yourself out there and make yourself a little bit vulnerable, and, you know, just, you're there with like-minded people. We're all in the same boat. We're all saying, oh my gosh, I can't, and these are all the reasons why I can't. Just start saying to yourself, what are all the reasons why I can? And there's so many. Write them down. Just and start off with a gratitude list. And, you know, you can come up with every excuse in the book, like I don't have time or I don't have money, but, you know, you can keep telling yourself those things ad infinitum, and you're still going to stay stuck in the same place. Go and experience at least the first one day, and I promise you'll get hooked after that. You'll want to move forward onto the next step and the next after that. And, you know, what have you got to lose? Going to listen for a couple of hours and seeing if it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I can honestly say that I would be sincerely surprised if you didn't have a multitude of light bulb moments.
Fantastic. Awesome, Sandra. I really appreciate your time and your energy to put into this video. And thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
You're so welcome, Craig. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.